Hi Aquarius, this is your homework family reading for September. Give me just a second. I do the bell thing. All right. Some of you can tell, some of you can't. I don't really know. I have a conversation going on with Spirit at the moment. So, I guess some of you who deal with bells might know, might be able to understand. The way the bell sounds when I'm calling on Spirit and I'm trying to make sure that everything's clear and good has something to do with the energy that's going on. For those of you who follow Thoth or Metatron as an angel, I'm being told you can most definitely call on them during this month for help. Well, anytime, but they're telling you Thoth and Metatron are known to be one and the same. Thoth would be with the Egyptian mythology, and Metatron was supposed to be like Enoch, who moved up and I'm trying to fix my thing here. Who ascended and become an ascending master. They're saying if you can call on your ascending masters for guidance, or Metatron is offering his guidance to you directly for over this month. Now, let me stop for just 1 second and I'll get into everything that I'm being told. This is for September for all Aquarius signs, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. This is September. I am late getting it out. I do apologize, but my mother was in the hospital. I had a whole lot of stuff coming up, so things got shifted around a little bit. I do apologize. She is okay. She is home. We're working on all of that, and thank you for your concerns. But with that being said, this is for September. This is... They're saying there needs to be some new beginnings. New beginnings. I'm getting there. But, the reason I was going into all of that is because I want to make sure that I'm putting out there to everybody who watches the videos. They're just coming in so fast. Some people, cat energy. This is tapping into your magic, tapping into your sourceness, tapping into your oneness, to your source energy. They're giving me the cat again. Okay. I'm only doing one video for Aquarius, or for everybody, for the month of September. That's because I'm going to start doing 2 videos a month in October. One's going to be a tarot reading, one's going to be astrology, and try to make them quick, short, and fast so I can get in and out of your life, and you can decide if you want both, or you can just go after whichever one you want. However, with that being said, yes, I know we're having growth. With that being said, I have to throw everything into one video for September right now, so I'm trying to get it all in as quick as I can. I just bought a new phone. I do everything from the phone, and I'm trying to make sure that I get enough time in because I haven't quite learned when this phone shuts off yet. So I'm trying to make one video and not 2. I do hope it turns into one video, but if it turns into 2, just look for part 2 because I'm going to try to shove it all in as fast as I can. Now... They are definitely saying you can call on the Ascending Masters if you think that you need help, guidance, support, or courage as you move forward throughout this month. They are telling that you do need to be going in a direct position, a direction. Pick your direction. Have action within it. They are giving me the Raven, which speaks to me of, crossing the Raven or the Crow. And I think it has to do with you, honestly, as to if I'm being shown the Raven or the Crow, because like up front I feel like in the face I feel like I'm seeing the Raven more than the Crow, and I can't explain that other than for the way it works for me. But I'm also being given like the image of the Crow from like the movie The Crow, so I feel like depending on where you go or what animal is more of yours is what's supposed to be coming back and forth. But the Raven and the Crow both speak of the other side and bringing that energy back and forth and the messages back and forth, which also speaks, the birds always speak of the higher realms typically. So this also is your ascending masters But they're saying messengers, and that's why my mouth won't work, because they keep changing what I'm saying. Okay, so they're giving me that. They're giving me an arrow, like shoot the arrow, shoot your arrow straight. Shoot it straight this month. Then I'm being given a lion, which could be, this is coming in two different ways. It could be a lion, and I could be checking out Leo in the astrology when we get there, because it may have something to do with the relationships, obviously. Or it could be a Leo of significance that you might be dealing with. But I'm also being given the lion and the tiger. And what's happening is I'm being given, like, aggression. And this is definitely about aggressive action this month, is what they are trying to tell you. This is why I'm being pushed so much right now, because they're trying to make sure I get that out, is there's aggressive action that needs to be taken. And I'm getting the number 333, which also is dealing with the ascending masters, but they're speaking to you of encouragement, communication, freedom, and assistance. They are offering you it to help you through. They're also saying there's definitely a difference in imagination and action, and this has to do with taking that imagination and bringing it forward into action. This is definitely about bringing something into tangible reality. No longer a dream, a thought, a wish, a goal. This is taking that shift and making it actually happen. This is the aggression and the action, not necessarily aggression in a bad way, but I'm definitely getting Mars energy for you. So that's your inner warrior, your inner SWAT team, but it's also your inner passion, action, aggression, fire energy. And I am definitely being pushed with that fire energy right now from them. So this is taking that imagination from the idea of whatever it is that's going on in the back of your heads and saying it needs to be brought into action. No more just sitting on it. No more thinking about it. No more thought, curiosity, wish, goal, dream. No, this is stepping into reality and making it so. And with that is the action and the aggression that takes to make that actually happen. There is a problem, though, because some of you aren't actually doing that. You're having a problem. You're questioning yourself in the situation, and this is because you feel a little bit of lack and support in this area. You are frustrated and have anger of issues that you haven't let go of, holding on to some pride, blame, fear, worry, sorrow, shame. Some of it may also be with some sexual frustration and anger in that sense that's coming from the pride, blame, fear, sorrow, shame, blame. And that's because mainly it's in your head, is what I'm getting. It's mainly in your head. Because what I'm getting is my neck being really stiff and my neck being really tightened. And that typically for me has to do with being inflexible, but it also has to do with being stubborn and inflexible. But it's also dealing with the heart and the head. That would be the heart chakra, the throat chakra. That is the heart chakra, the throat chakra versus the crown. And this is too much thinking going on in the head and the heart, and they're not getting along, which causes all that stress. That stress in the neck and whatnot is basically what I'm being given, which causes you to also be inflexible and stubborn. But I keep getting blame and bitterness also is coming in. And insecurities because of whatever it is, this action that you're supposed to be taking or wanting to take. You're having a little bit of issue within it. Because you're not listening to your intuition. You're questioning your intuition. You're questioning your reason. You're questioning the chance of it being something that is salvageable. Something that is rebirthable. You know, like birth, death, rebirth. Something that is able to be rebirthed. I do feel Spirit is definitely putting me like this, which means they're wanting you to, they're wanting that action to rise up out of you. They're trying to help you understand that it needs to rise up out of you. And that it's supposed to rise up out of you. That doesn't mean it has to rise up out of you negatively. That just means that's part of your inner fire, inner desires, inner wishes, dreams, goals, hopes, ambitions, and making them become so, and getting past the worry, fear, doubt, sorrow, shame, blame, confusion, question. Like I said, just goes in a crazy cycle back and forth, and you're supposed to be rising up out of that. But it has everything to do with the communication. And bringing it, out of the idea, the thought, the wish, into reality. Sorry, I keep saying the same things, but they keep giving me the same things. Some of you definitely have the issue because of sexual frustration, and it's definitely the heart and the throat aren't communicating what they should be communicating. They're like, it's like when you want to say this, you're kind of worried about what the answer will be or the response will be. So you kind of let things go on and they're not being said. This is the time to speak. That is what I'm being said. Connect with your higher intuition. Connect with your inner knowing. I'm being told your self-esteem and your power will help free you from the situation if you trust in it. Are we good? Believe in your creativity. I'm sorry, they're just seriously pushing on me for you right now. Are we good? They say you can do it. I mean, so they're very positive for you. They're very pushing for you in positive ways, and saying you have the ability to do what it is that you are trying to do. So it's up to you to believe in yourself, more or less. Now, with that being said, I'm sorry, they're just pushing, and apparently they really want to help you. Okay. From the 1st to, I was saying from August, like 28th or something like that, to September, I think 7th, you have a Thala in astrology. And this is sacred space. So they're going to be more or less up until the 9th, trying to help you figure out what's sacred to you. Realize what's important, what you really want to be going after. And that's not just for you, that's for everybody in the whole world. It's in the chart. But as of the 9th, no, I think the 7th, as of the 7th, the Thala starts to disappear. But you still have the T-square there, which means they're showing you parts of what is sacred to you by what you're not honoring, what you're denying, what you're neglecting. So they may be pointing it out in ways that are not harmful but hurt, because they're trying to make you see it so that you go in the right direction. And that's for everybody. For you specifically as an Aquarius, the T-square that lasts all month, even after the Thala disappears, which is the challenge. I'm sorry, my stomach's squealing. It's the challenge that's setting up part of that energy and going to continue all month, happens to come out of Pisces. This is your universal second house. This is your self-worth, your self-value, your self-esteem. This is also how you create and spend your money. And it's always made better. You always create and spend your money best if you're doing it in ways that you value, which brings you back to your self-worth, your self-value, your self-esteem. This universal second house speaks to you of what you value, period. About yourself first, and then into the outer community. You have Neptune here with Lilith, which is asking you to get a little bit bolder, a little bit more tempting within the truth of yourself, being a little bit more, take a little bit more chances, and believe in that. I'm sorry, I was trying to figure out if they were saying something else. And believe in that, which, because this is Neptune. This is where magic is created. But if you're not believing in yourself, then you're actually double down on yourself in a bad way, because Neptune has the ability to make new magic or to stay in nostalgia and create the same old bad thing. So it's really, what side of Neptune are you on? It's kind of like the video you're watching right now. You're watching the video. It seems like I'm talking to you and I'm going over all of this with you. But in reality, somewhere else in the world, I'm doing my own thing. So this is what I'm saying. It's the illusion of what is and what isn't, and can you grasp which one's really real, and then create from there and keep on going. Lilith is the sexual temptress, so she's speaking to you of your sacral chakra right off the bat, and how you feel about yourself. And if you feel good about yourself, you trust within that energy, you believe in yourself, then you'll start to take that self-worth, self-value, self-esteem into a new level of value. And this energy is not getting along with the 8th house. With the 8th house, and that's Virgo. Right now, Virgo's got a hell of a lot of Virgo going on. I mean, you've got the Sun in here, you've got Mars in here, you've got Sun, Mercury, Mars, Venus, and Jura or Ura. Sacrifice, commitment, communication, sensitivity. Mars, your masculine and your feminine energy, your sensitivity, your aggression, and your shine, your core, is all in this house, which happens to be, again, the 8th house. So this is speaking about your self-worth, your self-value, your self-esteem within the rules and responsibilities of the relationships. Are they fair? Are they honest? Are they just? Are there joint resources, joint finances? Are things balanced? You know, honestly, and then it's coming up and it's not getting along with the outer community, with your hopes, your dreams, your ambitions, your goals. What was Spirit just saying? So this is saying, are the relationships in your life, whether they're friends, foes, whether they're work, family, spouse, everything you care about, you have a relationship with. What are the rules within the relationships? Are they helping you get to where you want to get? Or are they holding you behind, holding you back? Are they keeping you doing things for them and you're not being able to do things for yourself? This is saying, is there a fair balance within the relationship? Is the balance also bringing to you, support and your hopes, your goals, your dreams, your wishes, your ambitions? Do you have the right friends, family, support from the outer community, working environment? All of this, is all of these things helping support you find how to create those hopes, those dreams, those goals, those ambitions that get you closer to what you truly value in life? And if so, then you should be having a fair, balanced relationship, because honestly, everybody knows their place. And I'm sorry to say it that way, but that's kind of the way it is. I mean, somebody who supports you is going to love you for who and what you are. And they're going to support you. That doesn't necessarily mean they have to agree with everything you do or they have to like it, but they will still support you. You see what I'm saying? I mean, they're not going to say, no, you need to just do this for me and I shouldn't give back. That's a narcissist. There's a difference there. Understanding true give and take. And is it true give and take and truly meeting in the middle for the balance? Or is it just one pushing and one taking? And one pushing and taking and one giving and receiving. You see what I'm saying? Anyway. The idea is it supporting your self-worth, your self-value, your self-esteem, your goals, your dreams, your ambitions, your hopes, your wishes? Or is the community that's in your life one that's supporting you and helping you? And if you're not speaking up and saying what you want, then you're not going to get what you need or what you desire or what you deserve. You have to speak up for it, is what I'm getting. And some of you are definitely have your hidden self going on. You don't want to speak those truths, but I'm telling you, with as much the Spirit is pushing me, this is the time to come out of that subconscious of what I don't want to do, because I'm uncomfortable. I don't want to boldly tell the world this, but it's time for you to. Is what I'm getting. Now you have the full moon, which is taking place. Sorry, I got my notes here. You have the full moon, which is taking place on the 14th. It is in Pisces. It's in Pisces with a void, of course, of Aries. And the reason I say that is because technically the day of the full moon, the energy is, the moon is still in Pisces until midday. And then it shifts into Aries. So it is on a universal level, the end of a cycle and the beginning of a new. The universal 12th house where the healing should be made and the beginning of the new cycle starts. It's the alpha and the beta, the end and the beginning. Okay? But for you directly, this speaks to you of your second and third house. This is speaking again to your values, self-worth, self-value, self-esteem, and how you create and spend your money, what you value of these things, and how you communicate it. We're right back where we started. This is talking about intellect, details, trivia, conversations that you have with the siblings, short journeys, like to the store, the important little small communications that make the big deal. If you miss the small pieces, the big pieces won't completely get all of their information right. So this is saying those small intellect, trivia, and details are important within that communication, right down to the siblings and everything that's close to you. Then you have, then you have also the same day as the full moon. Full moons are all about, they're saying some of you are dealing with some karmic lessons here that are going to be rising and showing themselves during this full moon. And that it is exactly that. Understand, it is a karmic lesson. It's something simply for you to learn and grow through. But on the full moon also, on the 14th, that Sunday, you also have Mercury and Venus moving into Libra. This is for you the 9th house. So your higher self is what I call the 9th house. This is speaking to you of your philosophy, your religion, your law, your higher learning. But I always call it the higher self because it's your ethics, your morals, your spiritual urges, your visions, your higher mind, your wisdom. It's your rituals. It's the higher self's communication to you. In Libra, automatically it's speaking of harmony and balance. And are you having the harmony and balance with your true self? Are you giving it to yourself? Are you allowing yourself to be able to be in balance? Are you allowing yourself to find justice for yourself? And then step into those ethics, those morals, everything that you truly believe in and you honor on even a psychic level, a spiritual level, a soulful level. And you're putting Venus and Mercury there, so it's bringing more communication to that and more sensitivity to that, which is going to be touching place on the Venus in Libra is going to be telling you what about that higher self you're not listening to and what about it you are listening to in honesty. And because it's going to be a relationship flat out, it's speaking to you that you have with yourself. And are you being good to yourself? Is what it's going to be speaking of. And if you're not, it's going to be showing you those things of why you're not happy because you're not being good to yourself. You're not being forthcoming. You're not being true to yourself and doing what you have to do. This is why Spirit keeps pushing me aggressively again, because you need to be communicating aggressively, taking action, doing it, taking the idea of what you're thinking in the back of your mind and bring it into reality. Actually, full circle here is what they're giving me. Now, on the 18th, Saturn goes direct. This is part of this energy, too. Saturn is rules, walls, and boundaries. For you, this is your 12th house. So this is your subconscious has been making itself known to you. And the 12th house is our hidden shit in the closet, our skeletons in the closet. It's our hidden self. It's our subconscious, our unconscious actions. It is our self-sacrifice and our self-sabotage. It is where we have self-deception. See, they're closing up my throat because this is the stuff that's bothering you you're not talking about. The self-deception, the self-undoing, the self-knowing of what you've done, but you're throwing it in the back of the closet because it's too tough to deal with. This is where the bad habits are created. This is where we hold on to grief, sorrow, shame, and blame. And we keep our secrets hidden. And this is about the secrets coming up and showing themselves to you, but they've only been showing themselves to you. Because it's the 12th house. It's what you still deny. It's what you don't want to heal and deal with and work through. And it's going like this because Saturn is about to go direct on the 18th. And after that, it's able to actually start making the healing. Which is saying prior to the 18th, you're still sifting through this energy. After that, you're ready to communicate. And they're telling you after that, after the 18th, to get past that. What they're putting is, get past the illness that you've been holding on to. Because that's exactly what it is in your mind. And then help you heal and move forward by taking the proper actions. You have Mercury that's moving into wrong sign. You have on the 23rd, the sun moves into Libra. On the 28th, you have the new moon in Libra. Again, this is for you. That, you know, that's your higher self. So all of this energy is coming into your higher self and bringing heart energy into it. Regulus star just moved in the last couple years, but it's kind of like, the way Spirit explains it to me, like it's coming out of shadow. So it's coming out of that darker aspects that you know, and it's actually starting to communicate to you. It's kind of actually in the cusp of Leo and Virgo. So your detail-oriented side of that Virgo energy, your higher self, is starting to get more heart. Starting to really look at things from a different point of view with the soul heart being connected to it and what really makes all this organization work. Because it was dry. It was dry. I mean, it says that Saturn is changing this energy as it shifts, and it's helping you to connect with that higher self a little less logical and a little more heart and soulfully is what they're trying to say. And then take that Virgo energy into your daily life and decide how to. Virgo itself is the detail organizer, troubleshooter, finger pointer, fixer, you know, and she's like the supervisor of all of that. And she's going, well, now, does this soulfully work for me? Like, I've been all organized and I've been working all of this out and I've figured all of this out, but does it soulfully work for me? And as she starts to shift and start seeing it that way, it's your higher self is starting to actually communicate more. The plot of your higher self is thickening. Okay? And you're going to be noticing this as it comes into that new moon for new beginnings to start. So you may be starting, the idea is to take action now, but you may be seeing it happen over the whole month because it's definitely meant to be coming out next month in October. But it's something you should be doing now, getting yourself in those right directions, speaking up and saying your truth, and your higher self letting it speak to you and learn new things about yourself that you didn't realize, and it will help you move forward in brand new ways. But you also have another T-square for the second half of the month, which is coming from that universal 12th house where Saturn and Pluto are, about that unconscious energy coming down to the universal 6th house, asking you to change those routines, what your intake is, what you consume of your daily routine, your daily patterns, from your diet to people, places, and things. You consume that energy. And are the energies that you're consuming of your daily life in service for you? Are they serving you? Are they healthy for you? This is your daily mundane tasks and patterns. They're not getting along with that universal 12th house, which you've been trying to hide because you've been holding on to that for way too long. And this is what the spirit is giving me, is like an illness that you've held on to, a choice of a belief that you've held on to that's not serving you, that's holding you into secret sorrow, shame, blame, self-undoing, self-sabotage, self-deception, and you've kept yourself in that prison and not allowed yourself to heal because of the changes that you're not wanting to work through, and those routines, along with that very higher self. The higher self is trying to show you the way, but it's not going to come in comfortably. It's not going to come in comfortably. And I feel like with as much as they've been pushing on me, it's going to be very aggressive for you to acknowledge. But with that being said, I'm going to have to do a part 2 for your tarot. So please check back for part 2 on tarot, because I see that my thing's about to shut off. Bye, guys. Much love to all.